Good evening, everyone. Welcome into Flying with Mike. Hope y'all are ready. As the title states, this is a flight for those who are arriving early to Flight Sim Expo 2006. Sorry, folks, I will not be in attendance. Unfortunately, work. Few other things, but mainly work. Um, New at the job, I don't want to get too greedy with taking time off. So we are going to sit grounded again for another year. Hopefully we'll have a shot at it maybe next year. It's in Minneapolis, if you didn't know, and we are getting ready to kick off for Piedmont Virtual. This is what got me connected to the Fusion Virtual Airline Network. Now, I am only a member of Piedmont and American. I've not joined the other airlines. That's just way too many to keep up with. However, for those who don't follow their Discord channel or are not members, hey, not everyone joins. And I really, again, will stress check them out thoroughly because they are one of those virtual airlines that, I mean, ramp it up. The big slogan is real as it can get. You almost want to walk away going, why am I not getting paid? With how real they want to make it. So just know that you could get frustrated. That's why I say that. I know I did in the beginning. It just took me a little bit of understanding this is how they want to work. This is not Captain Mike's virtual airline. Those days long back. So I know a little bit of what it takes to run a VA, and that's about all I want to say on that. But just buyer beware. Beware. You're not buying anything, but just don't want you to get frustrated. Again, our big slogan for Flying with Mike is we're here to have fun. And if you're not having fun, you need to find another way. So, anyway, on top of that, and this is a little sad note for many. However, there is a way. Northwest Airlines is who we're flying with today. They are part of Piedmont right now. However, the airline group as a whole, Fusion Virtual Airline, well, they sprung up on Delta Airline, if you will. They have Delta, United, American, Lufthansa, FedEx, LATAM, I think EasyJet and Spirit are all that are under them. Well, that little one that I started with, Delta, a lot of us, including this guy, I like Delta. Well, Delta grabbed Northwest. So, what they plan to do sometime between now and whenever, move Northwest from the Piedmont flight schedules. We'll explain Piedmont a little more in detail here in a second. Move Northwest Airlines over to the historical side of Delta. Sort of what we have at American. So that's what they're doing there. We're taking advantage while it's there. We're flying the Northwest Airlines A320. Piedmont Virtual is just a big amalgamation of several historic airlines. I've kind of lost track who all they have right now. Obviously, Piedmont. Don't think RJs, regional jets. Think 727, 737, 200s, Fokker 28s, and so forth. The precursor to US Air. All right, think of it that way. They are one of those airlines that banded together to form US Air. Pretty big. It was a pretty good airline in the day. I'm not 100% sure what the impetus was to bring them together, PSA and Allegheny. I think there was another, but, you know, I don't know. But I do know those three for sure. PSA, Allegheny, and Piedmont. So what caused them to come together, I don't know. Railroad buffs think Conrail, how they brought all those East Coast railroads under one flag called Conrail. That's kind of how I see it, but I think I'm so out in left field. I think I'm still trying to find the baseball field. So anyway, that's just how my screwed up mind looks at it. So, but today we're sitting on the ground in Milwaukee. Okay, I'll be nice to St. Louis where I live, but it is beer town. And we're headed to Minneapolis, where the FlightSimExpo kicks off tomorrow, Saturday, and I believe Sunday. I know some streamers are there. Be following their channels and watch for anything that pops on them. But hey, Pratt, PT6, welcome aboard. So yeah, the FlightSimExpo is on in Minneapolis. A sad note to it, I really wish they'd have chose St. Louis. Then I'd be there. But, you know, that's how it goes. Can't have everything, and I'm not driving 8 to 10 hours from St. Louis to Minneapolis to turn around and drive it again. 20 years ago, not a problem. Give me the semi, boom, right up, right back. Not today. I'm a little wiped out. So, nope, not doing it. Plus, as you can look out the skies, had a question while I was in pre-flight. And I'll even give the man the due because it's a good question. That was Godspeed. He's got his own channel out there. Check him out. He's really, you know, when he's on, I don't see him up and doing much, you know, a lot. But when he is, he's got great stuff. Check him out. Matter of fact, he might be up right now. But anyway, he asked a great question. Where'd it go? Is the live weather for XP12 broken? For me. Okay, looking out the glass, looking through the screen here, it appears to be working. Now, let me put a caveat to that. Maybe something needed to be reset that X-Plane pulls data from. I don't know, but it appears to be working. We'll check the radars here. Now, the radars could be a different function in that downstream that comes, and I think that's been broken for quite a while. I do not get the returns. I don't even know what we're getting here because they've got some. We're going to find out here in about a minute or two as we show our flight. They've got a lot of weather here. It's been pretty vicious here the last week or so up here in the upper Midwest, and you'll see what I mean here in a second. But great question, Godspeed, love it. I'm sorry if calling you out that kind of upset you. I apologize if it did, but I think you got a great stream there, and I just wish I could see more of it. Maybe I don't have notifications on. You know, that is always a possibility. I will have to look into that and investigate. All right. We are set real world weather, real world time, so we need to get going or it's going to get dark on us. All right, so we're in the cockpit. Let's do a quick rundown of the flight, and since we don't have Sim Toolkit, which gives a lot more information. That's a good thing, though. We can get going quicker. If I can just find it. There it is. All right. Yeah, I know. You're going, well, that doesn't look like weather. Well, let me pull back. Hang on a little. There it is. All right. So that is what I'm talking about. Now, give me a second. St. Louis is okay. So this is what we've got severe thunderstorm watches up and all here too. So, hey, by the way, if you're looking for weather, I think I just showed you a pretty good place to fly. Godspeed's in here. It got me here, didn't I meant the radars, but you answered that. But I think the map radar picks up still. Yeah, I get it. I am just right now have been a little disappointed in the map. I think there's so much more they could do with that. We'll see. But I'm just a little. The radars, the map, and all of that should look a lot better. You know, we'll look at the map here in a second. So, but anyway, beneath, I think that's me. If you can see it right there, that little white airplane silhouette. So you can see what's around us. Now, Elevatech, let's specifically call them out. Your weather does not update. So, what do we got here? Bright on man. Thank you so... Ooh. Wait a minute. That's not what I saw. Durga Durga rated the channel with 25 viewers. Welcome in, Raiders. I caught the last one there, and I just want to say welcome aboard. Thank you. Appreciate the raid. Gonna have a fun flight to Minneapolis. FlightSimExpo here. And got a following from Durga. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you much. Those who don't know, Flying with Mike, I've been out here streaming since 2020. I've streamed X-Plane only. So just if you're curious about X-Plane, you don't have it. Hey, that's what I do. We fly usually airliners. Don't be surprised if you see a couple of GA aircraft from time to time. And I hope you enjoy the flight. Okay, speaking of, let's pull in the data. 40 minutes over to Minneapolis, 280 miles. They're throwing us at cost index 49, and we're going to try for 34,000. I think we should make it, but it is not going to be long-lived. The weights are relative, so to speak. They are not going to match up with what you see here, nor will the fuel. And that's a ToLiss thing. We're in the ToLiss A320 CEO, conventional engine options. And we got some weather to deal with. So, as promised, let me pull down Elevatech. But Elevatech, yes, your map does not update. And that's kind of, that's a down thing for me unless I don't have something set right. On the map here, we'll try it again. Hello, map. There we go. Whoa. Those did not match up. Okay. Now, I have found with ToLiss what shows here will show on theirs. And this is where I've been really kind of disappointed in Laminar. Their real world weather never matches anything that's actually out there. That and their map only goes that far. Once we get over here, it'll change, of course, move with us. But yeah, that is probably realistic to what's going on outside, but not to the level that we saw with Elevatech. Who's right? Who's wrong? You decide. All right, let's get to work here, shall we? Oh, by the way, I got the work done. That's why I could take a little longer there. And again, thank you, Raiders, for coming in and coming aboard. One more look outside at the beautiful ToLiss A320. Ah, gotta love it. All right. Also, one last piece for those interested. Because I'm now working full time, there was a 2-year lull where I just could not find something. And that's why you might have seen me a whole lot more. With the full-time job, I try to get a stream in during the week. It's hard, especially now with the summer heat on. I am just toast when I get home. So that's why streaming is pretty much relegated Saturday, 9 a.m. Central U.S. time. For those who don't know that, well, hopefully you know your conversion from Zulu or Universal time. That's 1400 in the Universal or Zulu, however you interpret that. So, all right, let's get in here and fire this thing up. Yeah, we've got everything set to go. Now, ToLiss did an update here for this aircraft last week, I think it was. This week, the A321 got the same look here and minor updates and things the A321 needed. So, a little different look here. I don't think they added anything, to be totally honest. But the weight and balance is a little different to operate. But overall, you still have right here clicking mechanical. You can go through. Now, one thing I have noticed to get it to refuel, you got to click one of these. And then the fuel truck shows up, does what it does. Everything else pretty much works the same. If I'm wrong, folks, please correct me because I'd like to learn too. This is one of my favorite aircraft to fly. And you can also go to the attendant page, work the doors. Now, if you keep the, well, we will be here in a moment, closing the passenger door and the baggage doors. Put them in auto so when you land, park at your gate, everything comes at you without having, all you'll have to do is hit J to get the jetway or whatever you have assigned it to. All right. And if you're not going to use this system here, just keep call lit so that way you're on VATSIM or whoever you connect with. Let's get to work. Let's go fly with Mike. I think that's about the right time to do this. And yeah, it's icky from the passenger standpoint. All right, let's see. Where did I leave off at? Okay, so I think we're just waiting for you all to get settled in and ready to go. Okay, everything's set here. Let's go ahead and turn LS constraints on. In case strange things happen, in case we got to come back, we do have an ILS frequency tuned in. All right, real quick, you know what? Let's use this one. Here's our flight plan. Performance data. V1 127, 127, rotate 132 for V2. V2 is the speed. If you lose an engine after V1 and you have to commit the flight, 132 is what you set it to, and you should clear a 50-foot obstacle on top of that. Once you get to your acceleration altitude, then you can nose over. For the engine out, that would be 1740. Otherwise, 2240, and then we would continue our acceleration. It took me a long time to figure out those were altitudes. And people go, really? Yeah, hey, welcome to Captain Mike. Not necessarily the brightest bulb in the box. All right, let's go. Time to go. So we'll head back over to the EFB, ground services, auto. Now, we can call catering trucks out. I'm not going to do it in Milwaukee, but we'll kind of watch the little guys go away. And then the doors will close behind them. Let me just check. We had ATC earlier, and it appears we don't now. 3535. Okay, get that in here. Okay, we're on expander, and we're ready to go. One last thing, .ctaf KMKE 124.575. All right, let me zoom in.
Milwaukee traffic, I'm at Black 15 Hotel, RNAV 19er right, 15 miles to go.
All right, all doors closed, jetway pulling away. And yes, this is default Milwaukee. I don't even know if there is a scenery for it or not. Better pushback is going to do the job there. By the way, if you have the free,
please show me where you want to go.
The free better pushback, there have been updates at Skunkcraft you might want to check out so you're up to date. What they updated, I'm not 100% sure. All I know is it's a really good free product.
Tow is driving up.
And Piedmont Virtual is running Pegasus. Okay, so our ACARS is running, beacons on, we're just waiting. I'm going to go ahead and pull chocks.
Milwaukee traffic, Mad Black 15 Hotel, RNAV 19er right.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
We're going to hold on getting things up and running. I thought I had the APU running this whole time, and I did not. Okay, starting. And it would not surprise me in the day we live with the high fuel prices.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
We will momentarily. That they hold off the APU saved a little bit of money. Run on the jetway power and jetway or ground power and ground air or jetway air. It would not surprise me. All right, available. Here's where I caught it. All right, everything's closed. We're ready to go. Brakes off.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right. Airbus makes it simple. Just turn the switch to ignition. I give it a few seconds.
Milwaukee traffic, Black 15 Hotel, 3 mile final, runway 19 right.
Okay, just about ready to get number 1 firing up. All right, we're good to go to get number 1. Let's takes a little bit for them to disconnect, just like the real world. So I think I might wait.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Going on with number 1. All right, we should be getting the avail notice here in a moment. We're going to get this thing ready to taxi.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
All right, thanks for the pushback. Again, for those new to X-Plane or this is your first look at it, better pushback is free.
Milwaukee traffic, Black 15 Hotel, clear of 19 right on Romeo 3, taxiing to gate Delta 51 via Romeo.
All right, there's our pins. We can now know that the ground crew is away from the aircraft. Okay, so timer is started. We got 3 minutes ground spoilers to arm, and you'll know it. There'll be a ribbon flaps too. We'll be doing a toga takeoff. So get your togas ready. Go to pull that out. Okay, we are scheduled up 07. Okay, and I like to just...
Traffic, Black 15 Echo, we'll be transitioning to Tango and then Echo 1 for you, Brandon.
Let me just check my surfaces real quick. That last one is just to make sure nothing on my desk is blocking it. Okay, auto brakes max. Elapsed timer on. Flaps indicate 2. APU can now be shut off. Let's see. Flight controls auto brake. We'll get the terrain radar downstream.
KMAP Black 15 Hotel crossing 7 right on Tango.
And cabin, let them know we're taxiing. And Milwaukee traffic, northwest 677, taxi to 7 right. Cleared for chaos. Hello, hello, everyone. And we're hoping for no chaos, but you never know with flying with Mike. Appreciate the first time chat, too. All right, once we get out here on the taxiway, we'll kick on the radars. Okay, terrain and weather are on. But like I said, I've been disappointed with radars in general with X-planes. So every now and then we'll get a blip or two, but it's not anything as they tell us. And I'm also not in the latest beta. Which is technically a release client, but it's not coming out that way right now. They're checking a couple of things before it does go public release. The reason I stopped with the betas, I really got tired in this 4.0 version of X-Plane 12 of every beta out. You got to work through all the crash to desktops that came. Some of it I understand. Most of it I think they could have gone a different route. Problem is, I'm not a programmer, so I couldn't tell you what route they could have gone. I think they chose, I wish they'd have chose a different route. So that's why we stopped with the betas on this one. It's just very frustrating to download the update, get ready to see it, and it crashes to desktop. And it wasn't like it was crashing in flight or anything. Oh no, it wouldn't even boot up. And so that is why I've stuck with just the last public release. It's just very frustrating, especially when you're looking forward to that 1 or 2 day of the week that you can fly, of the month or week you can fly, and it's just crashing to desktop. And then to add insult to the injury of the CTDs, very little help. Thanks to some people who've made software, especially the better camera that we use, we probably would be dead in the water. So yeah, it really just kind of wore at me enough that I'm done with it. I'll just stick here and not have to worry about resetting back, which is a lengthy process in itself. All right, new altimeter setting 2959. All right, we're ready to go. Okay, final checks here. Transponder. TARA. Okay, radars show nothing. Chrono will start on the runway. And Milwaukee traffic. Northwest 677 departing 7 right. Will turn to the north for our departure. $80 knots. 100. V1. Rotate. Positive rate gears up. Okay, there's our turn to the north. Okay. And Milwaukee traffic, northwest 677 out of your area. And that, folks, is probably the earliest I've made that call or just switched over to Unicom. Okay, flaps up. I saw a couple spots on the nav display, but oh well. And by the way, most of what I've said about X-Plane 12 still is not enough for me to switch back. I came from FSX. Move it to +8. Okay. Or did you mean down? Because I am looking straight at the stars with it. Give it a couple seconds. Ooh, look at that. Hang on, let's do this. That was pretty cool. Oh, +8 on the gain. Okay, my bad. Misread you there. +8. Well, we got a little bit of stuff showing up, but again, I think it's still dependent on what X-plane shows. And, but that did better. I will give you that. So that is something to keep in mind. Let's run the gain all the way. I don't know if I can. We'll go this route, run it to max. Yeah, there's just nothing on the map, which is how many of the radars worked prior to the radar update. Oh well. It is what it will be. Okay, we're through 10,000. I'm gonna, we're out of where it's gonna be, so, I just wish, I still wonder if there is a setting that I am just oblivious to. Not to say I have not looked, or I have, you know, whew. Gotta say, that is some pretty good clouds. They've done a good job with the clouds. Now, if we could just get the same with the radar. Okay, crossing Hawken, I think. Okay, coming into standard pressure. Okay, and a quick look. Any controllers? Does not appear so. One note I did pick up on from the Fusion VA group. Tomorrow, Friday. We all know Friday night ops, well, you would expect there to be a flight F&O on FlightSimExpo night. Well, there is. And you'll never guess where. That's right, Minneapolis. So check it out. I'm not sure if I'll be able to fly tomorrow night or not. We'll see how the day at work goes. It's been pretty, this heat has been pretty brutal. I'm praying and hoping for some cooler weather after we're supposed to get some weather in here tonight. Hopefully that's a front and it's going to help cool the temperatures, but more importantly, we need it to cool the humidity down. Wow. Bright on Man reporting had a huge heat wave. It's gone nice and cool now. Oh, I hope for that tomorrow. Oh, what a blessing that would be. Oh, yeah, it's summertime. More heat waves are going to be through. I'm not a huge summer fan. I'm not a huge winter fan anymore either, but, you know, sometimes I can still take the cold more than I can the heat. But yeah, this heat wave, albeit 3 days, 4 days max, it's been, I mean, we've been in the mid to upper 90s, and humidity, as I like to jokingly say, 1,000, 10,000, 20,000% out there. Let's see, Bright on Man saying just the start of spring is lovely with all the plants and trees growing. It is. That is one of my favorite times of the year, exactly what you described. But I also like the opposite, when the colors explode and fall comes on us. That is just, oh, I love it, with the way all the leaves and all those colors for getting ready for winter. That is just spectacular. But yeah, so as you can tell, spring and fall are my favorite. And I like it because we still get the temperature, you know, waves. We get some heat and we get some cool. And it's usually, let me put a big air quote around that, usually not oppressive. Winter hit, and then it's depressing. Yeah, true. But I do like that part. If we could keep the temperatures in the low 30s, maximum 70s, and that thing called humidity kept at the Gulf, that'd be great. I know the good Lord isn't, gonna entertain that. Got it all set up just the right way, and I live in the wrong place to have the right way. But anyway, we're climbing out. I do see top of climb. What did I do? I never reset my nav distance. Okay. What are you wanting me there, Godspeed, to run? Try removing the harness? You talking the distance? Well, right now, according to, hang on a second, let me just see how NavGraph is showing the weather. Now, here's what NavGraph shows. And this is what gets me, because a couple top distance to 80. Okay, I don't need to worry about that. This is what irritates me. I'll see this and it doesn't reflect on the radar. Let me check something on my radar. Okay, I tilted the paddle down. I shouldn't have to. It's supposed to be on automatic from what I understood. Weather gains max. Dropping the paddle a little bit more. Did it? Oh, yeah, the tilt must be automatic. Yeah, must be. Let me try something. But anyway, yeah, like I said, that's the only thing that's really, and I don't know if it's a ToLiss issue. I'm assuming X-plane. Oh well. Look at that beautiful sky out there, though. All right, as I mentioned, we are going to hit top of climb and then top of drop real quick. I'm going to go ahead, kill the seat belts right now. And the lights outside, even though it's still daylight. Very nice picture. All right, well, you know what? I have been remorse. Let me bring in our overlay. All right, we are top of climb, and let me just look downstream. I think we got to make descents. All right, so 7,000 by skew. Above 29 is zing. Okay. Okay, real quick here, Minneapolis is not Milwaukee. Minneapolis, 317. 16 for the temperature. Altimeter stands 2969. Today's approach, we are going to be doing an RNAV approach. And 1097. 1097. Okay, and I believe we could start our descent now. And what I'll do is just set 7,000. The Airbuses, especially with ToLiss, are really good about the constraints going down. Now, since I just alluded to, and you can see right here, RNAV 30 right Yankee, turn off LS. You can keep constraints on, but turn off the landing system. You will not be using it. You'll be using the RNAV system as it comes out, as we descend. So all right, so here we go. RNAV Yankee. Here is the chart for those of you curious. That's it, right there in a nutshell. No, just kidding. All right, up here, here's your frequencies. Mainly, the only frequencies you're going to see are for your ATIS, your approach, your tower, your different tower frequencies, grounds. Now, if this was ILS, yes, there would be a freak here, but there is not. This is RNAV. So this is all internal in the avionics, in the real plane software for us. 301's final approach, Jacko. I think that's what, 10-mile final, 6-mile final. And there we are, decision altitude 1097 MSL. The other number, 275, that is our decision height above the ground. Big difference there. Your METAR cloud heights or cloud bases that you get, they're above ground level. So that's why it's important, because right now you would need at least a broken or overcast sky at 300 or higher. Missed approaches below it, and then any special requirements. For us, we're going to come in from GQ straight to Sam's, then on to Jacko. Okay. And then on for the runway. Jacko is 6.7 out. One thing I did not point out, sorry. Airfield is 842 feet above sea level. Runway is 822. So, little higher than like I normally fly St. Louis-ish, which is about 200 or 300 feet below that. So, but this is nothing like going into Denver, Las Vegas, Switzerland, some of the higher terrain airports, Bogota. You want fun, catch them on a hot summer day. Okay, finally, full minimums here. We need on the METAR at least 300 broken or overcast and an RVR of 50 or 1 mile. RNAVs are not ILS. We cannot bring this down to the deck in the clouds. We have to have that visibility. If not, we got to go to the ILS then. We're fine currently. Again, it says broken 6,500. That's our ceiling. 16 degrees, there's that. And then all the neat scientific data. Sometimes it'll tell you, oh, this one does. So you can read the remarks if you have charts. All right, so there you have it. So let's begin our arrival. Now we're coming down. We just crossed 29,000. Everything on this approach, Killer 4 to Stew, is at or above. Now we start getting into speed restrictions at CMAC and on down the way. So for now, it's just kind of a, here we go down. Now, let's see how steep. We're still not pushed into a steep descent. That will happen. Now, if you're curious, this hockey stick is our 7,000. I'm going to go ahead, tighten this up. Over on the first officer, we have the terrain. Not much. It's not mountainous here. It's just kind of, hilly. But it starts to light up when you get out west, out east. Oh man, I need, speaking of Toronto and that, I need to get out west with the Rocky or Canadian Rockies. Whoa. They are spectacular, and they actually look pretty good in XP12's default scenery. Speaking of that, many have asked me why I don't use the enhanced scenery. I am very nervous right now. My system, now granted, this is going to sound a little dramatic. It's at I have 280 gigs free on my hard drive. And if I put that, let's just say I throw it on the other hard drive, which has oodles of room. I'm scared when it's getting pulled over to the C drive that there could become frame rate issues. And with VATSIM, if you're not familiar, at least with XPilot, I don't know about the other sims client, 20 frame rates or higher has to be maintained or it will disconnect. And I don't want to go through connect, disconnect, connect, disconnect. It's not good for yourself and it's not good to the community. I did that once in Copenhagen, never again. It was another pilot. He put us in a delay of like 45 minutes to get airborne, he or she. And I'm pretty sure that's what's going. Maybe there was something else technical, but I was pretty sure you're not holding the minimum frame rates. You do the Copenhagen Mondays, you all that have done it know what I'm talking about. It is a very heavily trafficked event. Many holds. You might have heard other streamers talking about learn your holds. Good way to learn them is in that event. And I would stink at that. I haven't actually ran a hold in a long time. So the good thing is most of the aircraft's FMCs and McDo's help you through setting it up and exiting. All right, let's see how we're doing. Okay, CMAC is one of our speed restriction 280. Let's see how this looks. All right, it is now time to put them in their seats. Well, I think the good thing is we're not doing a twilight landings, central daylight time, daylight savings time in place. All right, we need that barometric pressure again. 45 minutes old. Six nine. Okay. All right, we're going to hold the music from here in. We are currently Why is it not showing here? Yeah. I'm kind of, we can, you know what, let me just, we're not connected. There we go. 7 minutes out. I gotta do it again. Ah, you gotta love software sometimes. All right, we are showing, this kind of gives you a little, there's our runway and such. I'm going to go ahead, come down a little more in the range. We're at 10,000 feet slowing. Flight attendants, take your seats for landing, please. All right, we're landing 30 right. That is 8,200 feet long. Just getting some. I think we'll park in the D concourse, D or E, one of the two. We'll see. Notice, you know, we were at 34 and we are like, you know, I wonder if it's gonna make it. Think that got answered pretty quick. Hope those FlightSimExpo people riding in the back enjoy your early arrival to the show. You want to be there when those gates open tomorrow. I get it. Get a good night rest, enjoy, and wish I could be there, but unfortunately, I gotta work. So, you know, it is what it is. So, no complaints. Other than the fact it's been pretty hot, like everyone. So, get through this and hopefully a little more manageable for a few weeks, or at least a couple of weeks. And then let summer really come in. Okay, our next is Stu at 7,000. Then GQ 7,000 and 210 on the speed. All right, approach check time. Okay, arrivals, performance. I didn't do the winds, so we'll adjust now. Okay. And all right, we're set to go now. Perf. We'll begin slowing here. And as we do, we'll switch it to just approach. I've been told, actually, many ILS approaches, all you got to do is punch APR and let it do what it does. Don't, you know, necessarily have to wait. I would make sure you got the right frequency in here, but I've been told it's that simple sometimes. So, all right, next up, 3,000. Go ahead and throw in some approach flaps, flaps 1. Okay, we're looking for the runway. The sun is being a pain, and we're descending quite nicely. "51 minutes ago, we pushed back, and we are closing in on Minneapolis. You know, one thing I did not check, still no centers. All right, there's our vertical deviation bar getting ready to come down. Should be getting lateral here. Okay, vertical coming in. And where's our runway? Somewhere out there. Oh, I saw Godspeed with a comment. What'd you say there, boss man? Glad you didn't start streaming, huh? All right, somewhere out there is our runway. Look on the bright side. You can start here as soon as I'm done, because this will be the only flight I'm able to do tonight. Like I said, I have to work. Oh, let's get some more flaps in, get the gear down, and arm up the spolas. And let's put in medium on the brakes. Yeah, I could have used the landing performance, but it's going to be a pain. Oh, we just hit to see this runway. $26.7. Yeah, Minneapolis traffic, Northwest 677, approximately 5 mile final 30 right on the RNAV. Okay, we should be seeing a runway here soon. Oh, yeah, when you do that, you can see it. Got the runway in sight. We'll continue the approach. Okay, 133. I guess, well, since they do call me a pilot, captain, I guess I ought to do something up here. Okay, flaps full gear down.
Minimum.
Landing. That was a little rougher than I wanted. Seemed like it wanted to lift up. And Minneapolis traffic, Northwest 677 off at Papa 8 to the terminal. All right, let me kill some radars. Big thing. And anything else? Let's get the poo on. Here's the D section. Brake set. All right, let's shut them down and call it a night. Let's see what we got here.
And Minneapolis traffic, country 392, about an 8-mile final, there's 0 left, Mini.
All right.
Minneapolis traffic, Southwest 3961 descending the Bloom 5 for runway 30 left, Minneapolis.
I gotta kill that beacon. Forgot.
Minneapolis traffic, we're actually 65.6, we're descending 8,000 Mauer on 84 for 30 left, Minneapolis.
And see, here they come. And then the door, and then this one. All right, real quick, let's see how the airline got us. They got us a 488 as well. I believe that's an approved flight. Well, minus that they're not going to like the livery, but... But they'll, actually, they accepted it. Sweet. Got 220 points out of it. Not bad. Not bad. I'm happy. Thank you, guys. Let's take a look here. Landed safe. Starting point. Prep time looks good. All right. We got all our points. According to them, I'm still looking at takeoff. We landed at 488 a minute, 2.5 Gs, 1,000 feet down the runway. That's actually pretty good. So we did pretty good overall. Now, Elevatech. Hang on a second. There it is. All right. Elevatech. Let's look at our flights. Yeah, we already know hard landing. 489, 113, 1.7. Numbers are a little better here. We fell out of the sky, basically, is what happened. They actually did not get us at the 1,000 foot mark. How do I know? Each of these marks are 500 feet down the runway from the threshold. 500, 1,000. So that the airline clocked us here. Our actual touchdown looks like at about 1,500 feet, close to the center line. I'd say within 10 feet of the center line. So to me, that part of the approach and landing's good. Touchdown, on the other hand, well, yeah, we'll see the chief pilot. So, but here's the numbers again, 489, 113, 1.78 Gs. Trying to see if there's anything else. That's my only real, one of my other down things with Elevatech. Not a great landing report like you got with Sim Toolkit. So, but anyway, other than that, we had a pretty good flight. Great turnout. Wow. Appreciate the big raid from Durka with 25 folks. We sure appreciate it, plus a follow. And man, what a great flight from Milwaukee to Minneapolis to kick off. For everyone else out there, FlightSimExpo 2026. Hope y'all enjoy. Wish I could be there, but unfortunately I can't. So I hope you all enjoy it. And maybe next year, who knows? I'm just kind of panning around. Got a Delta and a couple of others. Southwest.
Country 392 is clear at 30 left, Mini.
So I hope you enjoy the rest of the week. Well, what I like to call Thursday is Friday Eve. That's right. Tomorrow's Friday. And hope you all have a fantastic Friday, fantastic weekend, and enjoy the FlightSimExpo for those that are there. Folks, we'll see you Saturday for sure at 9 a.m. Central Time. Again, thank you for the big raid from Durka. Sorry, for some reason that's tongue twisting me. Maybe intentional, but thank you, sir, so much, sir or ma'am. And we'll see you Saturday. Have a great night. See ya.